We arrive on the island of Java after dark. It's a little unnerving, but we get a police escort for the long drive to our hotel. On arrival at the hotel, we're showered with rose petals. In the morning, we wake to birdsong. Time to check out the plunge pool and the jungle view from our villa. We only have one full day here in central Java, and we're trying to make the most of it. Our primary objective is Borobudur. That's it in the distance in the mist. It's a 9th century Buddhist temple. In fact, it's the world's largest Buddhist temple. It consists of 9 stacked platforms, 6 square ones, and 3 round, topped with a central dome. It features 2,672 bas-relief panels lining the promenades, and 504 Buddha statues watching over the pilgrims as they circumambulate. The central dome is surrounded by 72 Buddha statues, each seated inside a perforated stupa. The temple was intended as a place for Buddhist pilgrimage. The pilgrim's journey begins at the base of the temple, symbolically in the world of desire, where we ordinary sentient beings live. At the next levels, the pilgrim is introduced to the life of Buddha, as depicted on bas-relief panels. The bas-relief panels are the most extensive collection of such panels in the world. This panel depicts an 8th century double outrigger sailing ship, maybe similar to the ships that people from Borneo used to colonize Madagascar over 2,000 years ago. Symbolically, this is the world of form, where beings forsake the world of desire. They see the forms, but are not drawn to them. The faces over the stairways and the niches that hold the Buddhas are Kala, the god of death. This also means space-time, so the passage up the staircase is to symbolize the passage of time and the movement through space. Finally, at the top 3 circular platforms, the pilgrim enters the formless world, nirvana, where the enlightened soul has no attachment to the worldly forms. There's much speculation about the one Buddha without a perforated stupa, but it appears to be the choice made by the restorers and not the original architect. The central stupa is empty, symbolic of the Buddhist concept of the non-existence of the self. It's a school holiday, and it's surprising how many people are here, especially Muslim school kids. I hope they're here to experience their heritage. Another prominent feature are the gargoyles, the visible part of what must be an extensive drainage system. It's time to go. It would have been interesting to have the time to walk the pilgrimage route, but there are more temples to see today. After lunch, it starts to rain, and we break out the umbrellas to visit Prambanan. It's a 9th century Hindu temple compound. It was built the same century as Borobudur. The speculation is that the royal court switched its patronage from Buddhism to Hinduism, and Prambanan was the result. The complex originally consisted of 240 temples. Today, the 3 Trimurti temples and the 3 Vahana temples and 10 smaller ones have been reconstructed. Only 2 of the 224 surrounding temples have been reconstructed. The rest are in piles of stones like so many puzzle pieces. The Trimurti temples are dedicated to Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. Opposite them are the Vahana temples, dedicated to the corresponding vehicle, Garuda, Nandi, and Himsa. The towering main temples are quite different in style from Borobudur, but the materials and some of the symbology is the same. The Kala figure appears over entryways. There are bas-reliefs, but they're repetitive decorative panels, not illustrative as they were in Borobudur. The small room inside the temple tower is meant to hold the appropriate statue. Unfortunately, some are missing. This is Nandi the bull, Shiva's vehicle. Both Prambanan and Borobudur were abandoned around the late 10th century. Prambanan's temples collapsed during an earthquake in the 16th century. Borobudur was hidden under volcanic ash and jungle growth. Both were rediscovered by the British in 1811. Archaeological excavations in the 1880s facilitated looting. Reconstruction began in the early 20th century, and much remains to be done. Entertainment tonight is a performance of the Ramayana, an epic poem probably written between the 7th and 4th centuries BCE. The characters exemplify the ideal father, brother, wife, and king. The 24,000 verse poem takes several days to perform, so we got the abridged version. Evil demons capture virtuous maiden. Brave warriors fight to free her. After several battles, good triumphs over evil. In the morning, we're back with our police escort to the airport for the next leg of our expedition.